walk you through it. It's definitely normal to not understand 50% of it at the beginning. You know, when I got started, I just was like an, Uber sharer, right? Like I just loved it and couldn't stop blabbing about it. I never thought of it as a business because I had my bakery clearly and I was tunnel vision. I never ever thought I would be doing something else different in my life but the bakery. That's what I had poured my entire life into. So it wasn't even like literally a 1% concept, but I did love the oils. It really aligned with everything. I enjoyed it. It was like a, just a hobby for me, but the lady who had signed me up, and I didn't even know doTERRA was direct sales. I had never heard about an MLM. I mean, literally, I was clueless to what doTERRA was as a business model. All I thought is like, oh, it's these oils. I really want to be more natural with my kiddo. I just had my daughter. Like, I want all in. And when they started working for me, I couldn't not talk about it because everyone around me was just starting to have kids and was trying to, be more natural and switch things. And so for me, I really started right away with great success by just sharing authentically what I was using, right? And that's truly what people want anyway, like of course it's amazing that like Nancy or, Wilma Rose are super business minded and can bring that in as well, but to be honest, like, you know, you have to bring that in with you genuinely loving the oils and the products, right? And showing like how it's helped you or your family member or your friend. I mean, that's what people are wanting to jump on. Like, not something new to buy or a new business. They really want to see like, oh wow, how did this really help your life, right? Like, so you were super anxious and now you use this and it's helped you or your kid. So for me, I didn't know literally any major answers to anything, probably if people ask me questions, but I knew about these top 10 oils and I knew they worked, right? And I could tell someone, hey, you can diffuse this on guard if you're not feeling well, or if your kiddo's teething, or, if you have stomach issues, use this. And I feel like that's literally the business in a nutshell over and over again. And if you can answer the questions for people of, oh, I want something different and more natural option. And you can say, oh, awesome, this works great. Let me plug you into a community that has so many resources and will help you along the way and throw in some cute roller bottles. That's literally what people want, right? They want to know they have someone that's going to help them. That's a big thing because a lot of times, with anything new, especially health wise, it's like, okay, I'm going to buy it and never use it, right? And that was a big deal for people. So you always want to answer that question for people like, yeah, I totally get it. I've been there before. Maybe that's even some of you guys. You bought essential oils in the past, maybe from Whole Foods or something, and then never use them, or maybe just use them in your bath, right? Or whatever. But beyond that, it's like, okay, what are these really, good for? When push comes to shove, you just grab your medication every single time, right? But you don't like the side effects or something like that. And so letting them know that you can get started with these oils. We have charts, we have recipes. I'll walk you through it. We can jump on a Zoom and do roller bottle making. You can come to an intro to oils class or an in-person online. We have a whole website and a community. We have everything that you need. So when you get this, you'll feel absolutely comfortable. So, like, that right there is the business in a nutshell, right? Like, helping people get started, plugging them in, rinse and repeat. Like, really, sometimes we overcomplicate the business, but truly, if you want to be successful in this business, it is a long-term business, right? Like in my mind, it's not worth it to get into the business if you're thinking it's short term, right? I mean, you could do it as a hobby, but if you're truly thinking it as a business, right? Now, a lot of people do this as a hobby, and that's awesome. But a lot of them confuse saying that they do it as a business. And I don't want to be rude, but I'm like, well, no, you're doing it as a hobby that makes a little money, but it's not a business. They're two different things, right? And I think a lot of you guys have, like what a business takes to run, right? And so with this kind of business, if you truly want it to be successful as a business, you have to treat it like a business. For me in the beginning, it was a hobby that I was super into. So I was sharing it nonstop. So I actually did make income in the beginning, right? Like real income. But then I took a pause and then I went back to it and things like that. But like I wasn't treating it like a business. My bakery was my business. And then I got to the point where, for me personally, my bakery business, was the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It was not bringing me the income I wanted. It wasn't giving me financial freedom. It took up all my weekends. I don't know. I was a workaholic and getting none of the benefits that I thought a workaholic should get after 8 years, right? That was my personal story. Maybe you can relate. I don't know. So when I saw someone, the lady who got me started with oils, she was a homeschooling mom of, I think 4 or 5 at that time. I forget how many kids she has now. I think 4, but a lot of kiddos, right? Homeschooling, and I knew, and I wasn't trying to say this in a weird way, but I knew I worked way more than she did, right? I had busted my butt for years and years and years, and we had invested so much money into this bakery. It was unfathomable, right? And when I found out she was making, she hit a certain rank in doTERRA of diamond, I about died inside of myself because I knew how much money that meant. And to be honest, I was just like, at the time in my business, feeling like that insanity wheel, right? Of like, how in the heck is this? I think I just had my second child at that time. My husband was working nonstop, driving and commuting and trying to do it all. And I'm like, how is this life? I'm just going bonkers. And so when she hit diamond, I literally thought to myself, like, if she can do it, I can do it, right? But I'm just like, okay, like I never thought of doing something different, which I think maybe a lot of us are in that spot in life, right? We find ourselves like, okay, really? I'm supposed to start something new right now? Like, come on. And then I went to my first doTERRA event and I was in a room and I looked around and I knew what all these ranks were, right? Income levels of people, what they were making. And I'm like, if they can all do it, I can do it. And I said, I just need to give it 100% because I don't want to do anything half. And I told her also, I don't want to invest a lot of money into anything. Like I would never start another business that I had to invest money in. I just didn't want to, right? I felt tethered. I didn't want I didn't want another rent. Like, we were in Crystal Cove Promenade. Like literally I was, tethered to a rent for, 2 different bakery buildings, $7,000 a month, like, 40 employees. Like I was like, I never want that again. So if I could make money from home, and all I have to do is put work and time and energy into it, I'm all game. I can do that. I can work hard. That's nothing that I haven't been able to do. And I loved it, right? I loved the oils. I knew they worked. So I had already answered all of those questions. And so I saw that the business model worked, even, just by seeing the lady above me and other people that I knew within it. And I just knew that for me, I'm all or nothing. And you don't have to be in this business. You just get successful a lot quicker, which in most things in life, if you're not successful and make income, you give up doing it, right? So I do feel bad for people if you don't, put a lot of energy into it. That's totally fine. I've had some people in the business be really successful going slower rate, right? I just had a lady hit platinum like a couple months ago that I grew up with. And in the beginning, she wasn't giving it that much time and energy. I mean, she had 3 kids, her husband worked full time, and stuff like that. And so, but she consistently did it, but she wouldn't say that she was doing it full time or even part time, but she never stopped. And now she has enrolled my highest enroller ever underneath her. She is a lady. She enrolled, business wise, the person enrolled over, I think like 30 people last month, hit platinum for the first time, right? So you just never know. Like literally with this business, if you can get a couple amazing people to partner with you, you're set. You really are. You don't need 5,000. And the thing of it too is like, I have gone in and out of business partners too. And I like that aspect because I've had employees. Well, I still have employees at the bakery, and I don't like feeling my life is tethered to them if I don't want that energy or that in my life anymore. I can thank it for what it was giving me and I can move on and grow my business still. And I like that flexibility with a business. I like that within doTERRA, it's my own business, but yet I get to partner with people. I love working with people, but I also know there's hardships with working with people too. So I like that I have control over my business. I get to pick who I want to. And if for some reason it's not working out with someone, I can pivot and grow it with another person and grow with that person for life. So I like a lot of those aspects. So if you guys own your own businesses, those are probably, aspects you would like as well too. Since I think a lot of us business owners are similar in that sense. We like having our own creative freedom. And I like that with doTERRA too. When I first started, a lot of people wanted me to build, my business sort of like the other ladies that were above me. I was like, and I think I offended them, to be honest. But I didn't want to do it that way. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't me. And so it did rub people the wrong way a little bit, but I stuck true to how I built a business. Like I built my bakery a certain way and I feel like it was successful because of that. Now I learned a lot of mistakes along the way and other things about the business that I didn't like that I built, that you have to work all the weekends and I should have just done cupcakes and never done creative stuff that you have to have a consultant draw up every single different cake possible known to man. Like I've learned things that I don't like about that. But as far as, I knew what I wanted to attract people. And I do think that's why I was able to do my business, and build it faster than most people. So once I decided to go with the business, I went from the rank of silver roughly to diamond within 10 months. And within another year, I hit blue diamond. And so I did move fast and I did work a lot, but it was worth it to me. And financially, it's more money than I've ever been able to make in my entire life. My husband's was able to leave the job he didn't like, and commuting all the time. And he works from home now, and takes on web job that he wants to work rather than having to do them, right? And then he can figure out, does this really what I want to do with my life, or do I want to change it and try something else? Like we can be a family unit, which for us, we can travel when we want to. It's just all of those things. That's what I thought having my own business was at the bakery. And it just didn't give me that. When it was a physical building, all those kind of things, I was very tethered to it in a lot of ways. Now some businesses aren't like that you have a physical building, but for me, that was my story. So yeah, that's sort of my story in a nutshell to share it with that. And now we can, go into some of the aspects of the business and compensation plan. But I think since a lot of you guys have had your own businesses or still do, it is nice to hear a perspective that someone has had a business before and what are the differences and why it was worth it for us. But yeah, I've been building it for about almost 6 years now. And I became a founder in doTERRA last year. So now I get a percentage of the company for the rest of my life as it grows. So yeah, and there is a program currently going right now, which is a founder program that Nancy's going for. And literally anybody can start from scratch right now and grow to hit founders. There's 200 spots. So it really is a very generous compensation plan. I love the company. If you're just new to it, you're probably like, I like the oils, but I have no clue about the company. I'm telling you, the company is amazing. Debt-free. I love the owners. I personally met all of them multiple times. Those kind of things, I never thought I'd be working for someone else, right? It was a very foreign to me. I liked working for myself. My dad owns his own business. I love working for this company and I love all the things they can give me that I don't have to do. I don't have to come up with new products. I don't have to ship out things like that. I don't have to deal with customer service, right? Like I've had so many bad bakery clients in my life that, I don't ever have that issue with oil customers. Like I've never had probably an unhappy oil customer, right? I mean, I just haven't in 6 years. I just love that. And if there's a shipping issue, doTERRA deals with it. I just tell them, doTERRA, ship them something new and they do it. So I love all those ways about how I can partner with a company that I trust, love, their mission and everything. And it makes my life better. So that's about that. As far any questions so far, do you want me to go straight into the compensation plan or did anything raise that you guys had questions about so far? No? Okay. So I'll jump into the compensation plan. I have a little bit of a thing that gives a little bit better of a visual.
Melody, can you also mention, 'cause I think because everyone's kind of looking at doing the business a little bit differently, but I think it would also be great to talk about the difference of like enrolling someone and then just having like a retail customer. Because I like Ellen, what would work great are these links for her to put together, like, because she did a whole like DIY diffuser using doTERRA oils. And it's like, if you want to get your own oils, you can buy it through this link. But I'd love for them to kind of hear also the difference of like enrolling someone into doTERRA as opposed to just like being a retail product for them to buy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So doTERRA does have retail, right? So you could, in a sense, sign up and do it as a retail business and sell just the oils. For me personally, that wasn't intriguing, and I'll show you why. You could do both at the same time, but for me, I liked the idea of residual income. Residual income was what got me sold within the business. And for what that means is that when you enroll someone with doTERRA, they order a kit with you. That means that they are now your customer for life, basically. Now, occasionally you can switch from people. And so maybe you got enrolled with someone years back and you've never ordered in a couple of years and you want to switch over and say, enroll underneath me and switch over. You can reactivate your account. But hypothetically, when you enroll someone, if you do a good job in the beginning and you help them fall in love with their oils, learn how to use them, connect them with certain products that they're going to want to use for life, you literally now have a customer that hopefully, if you get them on the LRP program, which is our monthly ordering program, they're going to jump on every single month and order without you having to do anything. For me, that was the reason I wanted to do the business, right? Is because I knew I could educate people, especially if you're doing it online. We have already so many great resources. We have photos, we have ebooks, we have webinars, we have all the things for your monthly oil magazine, a website. So literally, you get a customer. If they order retail, they could go and sign up with someone else next week, and then there goes your customer. So for me personally, I would prefer enrolling them, meaning most of the time they get a kit. You can totally create your own custom kits too. So like, what that top enroller that I said last month that enrolled so many people, she's connected with her audience for women's health. And so she literally does it on phytoestrogen, which is one of our supplements, Clary Calm, which is our hormone balancer, and then a couple other products. It's like a 100 PV kit and plus the membership. So she's actually says that's her top selling kit. That's not even one of doTERRA's regular kits. She designed it herself. But because that is what connects to her audience, and those products helped her and her customers so much, and she has testimonials and all that, she sells that like hotcakes, she says, because this is what her community's issues are and how she's addressing them. So I like that, because for me personally, maybe when I got started, I was all about new moms because that's what I was, and I was connecting with it. Maybe in other seasons recently, like say last year, I connected with some teacher influencers and I created a teacher kit. Now, really, it was one of doTERRA's kits that I branded as a teacher kit. I made cute labels that had all these teacher sayings on there. I did the colors, I did the graphics like teachers. So it really visually appealed to them. And they were like, oh my gosh, I need those oils. I need those roller bottles, right? But I don't sell roller bottles. Why? Because roller bottles would be the same type of business as the bakery. I have to do a product all the time when someone orders. Every time they want to order, I've got to put it out there. What I want to do is hook them with my cute roller bottles and say, I don't sell them, but I gift them as a freebie with this teacher kit, right? So then I give this as a gift. So they love it. And then they share it with all their teacher friends as well, right? And then they want it. So it's these roller bottles, I feel like are very, very visually appealing to share with people too, right? Instagram about it, share it with a mom or a friend or a coworker, have it at your workspace, things like that. And then now you have a customer that's fallen in love with the product, right? And hopefully then you follow up, right? And this is where your work is. I would say if you could pour into your customer for the first 2 months, right? Just a couple times, but if you really treated it like a business and followed up and taught them how to order and different things like that, what products they would need, sample them. Once they're set, they can go on their account and order whenever they want. You don't have to bug them. You don't have to beg them. Don't you want to order again? doTERRA literally reminds them when it's their LRP order, they know to order. For me, that's what residual income is. I have right now this month, I haven't actually sold one kit this month yet. I personally, myself, have not sold a kit yet. I'm going to be launching a couple kits that I want to sell this week, but I haven't. I have over $160,000 in sales underneath me. That's called residual income. That's meaning that even on, this is actually a lower month because last month was BOGO month. That's our highest month of the year, right? I had 500,000 in sales last month, but this is a lower month, but I've already gotten $158,000 in sales and I personally haven't sold anything. That's because I have residual income customers. That means no matter what, they use the vitamins every single month. They buy the hand soap. They need those deep blue pills. They need to restock their oils. So that's why I would prefer getting a customer that has an account rather than doing a retail order where they have to come into my physical store, or they buy it once and then never remember again, and then they could go sign up with someone else. So that's why I personally don't do retail. Some people can, but most people that I know in the business that are successful at high levels don't do retail. It's just, why do retail when you can get a customer that has an account that orders online by themselves and it's hooked up to you and you get residual income forever? So in my opinion, that's how it's worked well for me, but there might be other people that have done it differently. But I haven't personally met any leaders that do retail. This business is more about, the reason why doTERRA said they went direct sales as a company rather than putting it in stores is because they knew that these oils needed someone to share with people how to use them. That if they put them in a Whole Foods or something, no one would actually know exactly how to use the oils to the fullest, right? So they wanted to partner with people to actually have them come alongside with someone and share with them how to do the oils. And so instead of paying tons of money in advertising, they pay us, right, to be the advertisement, to walk around and help people and share with them. That's why we get our income. And I like that model better. So that's how I see that most people do the business, is from that standpoint. Does that help?
So I have a question. When we enroll someone, what is the minimum amount that we need to put together for a kit?
Yeah, that's totally up to you. You can actually enroll someone with zero PV, meaning they just get a $35 membership. Now, typically that doesn't ever, yeah, totally. You wouldn't make any money off of that, right? So typically that never happens, but people maybe have done that. Maybe someone's like, oh, I want to get a membership this month, but I want to order next month. I mean, hypothetically, they could say that. But typically, maybe if you, someone's like, I have no budget, but I really do want to get started and try out a couple things. Well, we do have a $15 lavender, lemon, and peppermint little intro to oils kit. So you could do that, which is 3 little oils plus the membership for $35. And what is that, like $50, right? Now you're only getting paid off of the PV, which is the point value. You're not getting paid off of the $35 membership. So you'd literally be making $3 off of that order. So, I mean, typically that's not something, but sometimes with some people, like especially online, to hook someone in a sense, occasionally I'll do small kit orders, because what I found is once I can hook someone that's on a lower budget, if they have a good experience, right? And maybe I'll add in 2 free roller bottles with their order that's $85. Maybe I made $10 off of that order. Not very much. It doesn't do anything for me. Clearly, that's not why I'm in the business. But some of those people might end up being a builder for me. But I hooked them with that kit because I met their need. And what was their need? Their need was, I have this budget, but I do want to try it. And once they had an experience that they liked, they will throw any money into that. And there's no budget for them, but you have to win the person over in a sense. They have to have an oil experience. They have to feel like you're truly trying to help them and not just trying to make money off of them, right? And then they could order. So typically for me with online sales, most of my kits are going to be, we just launched a new kit doTERRA did called the Aroma Essentials Kit. It's a great price point. It's literally $149.50, so only $150, right? That includes the membership, and it has 10 oils plus a stunning diffuser in it, right? So that one is pretty budget friendly for most people getting started, and a great one that you could customize with some roller bottles and would be a great online kit to sell to people, right? That one I love. They just came out with it literally just this month, okay? Then we have a larger kit called the Home Essentials Kit, which is $249. That has the large, yeah, do you have a question? That's the one you got?
That's the one I got.
Yes, love it, yeah. It's such a good kit. No, totally. I love that one. And then the Home they're now going back to the Home Essentials Kit, but it was the Healthy Essentials Kit for a second. We're going back to the old name, but the Home Essentials Kit is the larger bottles, 3 times the size, right? Which is actually a better value, but someone has to be ready to invest that money. Now, if you're thinking value-wise, yeah, that kit with the larger size bottles is a better value, but a lot of people want to start smaller and order more often. That's absolutely fine. When you actually sign someone up, you get paid your high 20% of whatever they order for the first 60 days. So if you hook them on a smaller kit, educate them, send them the free roller bottles, and they spend a lot of money the second month, you were going to make the same exact money if you would have signed them up with that big kit originally. So it's absolutely fine to do a smaller kit as long as you give great customer service and they're your customer for life. And if you want to try to get that, second order in within the first 60 days, that's really smart because you are getting your highest commission within the first 60 days. And then within that, when you're doing this as a business, the great thing about this is you get paid multiple ways. One way is called Fast Start. Fast Start is the way you're going to get paid when you first start. That's basically the only way you're going to get paid when you first start doTERRA. All the other levels you will get as you grow with your business. But in the beginning, for the first 2 months when you enroll someone, you get Fast Start, which is 20% of the commission of whatever the order is, the point value. So if the kit was $249, it's 200 PV. That means you're getting 20% of the 200. So you get $40 off of that kit. Now, whenever Nancy signs someone up with that kit, she gets $40. But because I enrolled Nancy, I get $20. I did nothing. Nancy did all the work, but I got $20. The lady who enrolled me gets 5%. She got $10. So you can see, by helping other people become successful in the business and then their builders becoming successful in the business, every week I get residual income of people signing up kits and I'm making money. That was sort of a light bulb moment when I got one of my first builders years back when I started. I was off with my family having a great dinner. She did a whole class, did all the work herself. She did 2,000 in sales at this class. Okay. She made $400 at that class. I made $200 just right in that moment. I did nothing, right? So that's what investing in people is, right? Just like you would an employee, but these people are going to be literally, they're not really your employees. Clearly, they're your own business people, but because you're investing in them, and that's why I love investing in people, right? I want Nancy, and if you guys do the business, you guys to be as successful as possible because that's how I become successful. I will not go to the next level in the business unless I can get all of my main people to up level to the next level. So you can't really, in a sense, go alone in this business. And I like that. You're bringing other people along with you and helping them be successful. But also, there's no cap on your personal success. So all of you could rise above both Nancy and I in pay if you go beyond us. If you get more builders than us and sign more people up. So the lady that signed me up, right, originally she hit diamond, right? And I was like blown away. I decided to do the business. I have now outranked her. I have a higher rank than her. I'm blue diamond. She's diamond, right? And so I have a higher rank, but she still gets great income. She gets a percentage of my sales, right? That all the volume that's underneath me, the rest of her entire life. I mean, that's like mind blowing. Like that's a lot of income. And that's from one conversation with me on getting me started with a kit. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This other lady at my church actually wanted to sign me up too. They both actually were friends. They both wanted to sign me up. So the lady, Carly, who signed me up, told the other lady, Sherry, I'll give you the $40 for Melody's commission on her kit if you let me keep her as the person and I get to sign her up. So Carly literally has probably made $100,000 more. I don't know how much money she's made off of me after 6 years, right? And Sherry got $40. But because Carly saw long-term mindset of what this was as a business, and Sherry saw short-term and just wanted the $40, and that seemed to her at the time, right? Which a lot of people, when they're hourly workers, all they think about is, oh, I didn't make any money. I did all this work at this class and I didn't make a sale. It's very short-term mindset, which is for me, I knew that's what building a business is. Not every single class is going to be amazing, right? But I'm going to show up every single time. And if I have consistency and work hard, I know I can be successful at this. That's how I was. And I knew investing in myself and my own business was the best investment I could make. And so I did, you know what I mean? I didn't invest like I did in my bakery, but in a sense, like I'll give free roller bottles or things like that. Those are way small compared to like my old business investments. But for me, that's my best investment is investing in other people with my time and energy and helping them be successful. So to answer your question is, you can do the kit however you would like, as little or as big as you want, as customizable. You can do it, and you can send someone a link, and it literally, they click on the link and it takes them exactly to the shopping cart that has everything in the cart for them to check out with. And it's very easy for them to check out that way. Okay, awesome. Any other questions about that? Okay. For some reason, my computer did the weirdest thing and there must be something weird on my Zoom. Oh, wait one second, cancel. Okay.
Sorry, one thing, you're gonna explain it later, I don't know, but just one thing, if you don't have that in your PowerPoint, about the personalized kits, the kits that you're selling, you
Yes.
said about the personalized kits, like, are you gonna explain about it later?
Yeah. I totally can. But do
Okay.
you have a specific question on that?
No, because I mean, I was part of the Young Living group, so,
Yes.
we had designate, like, the kits that we're selling, they're from the company. I didn't know that you could personalize. That's
Yeah,
why
so a
there's
lot of
difference.
people within the business even was coming to me and saying like, Are you creating your own kits?"
Yeah.
I was all about rebranding, right? In a
Okay.
sense, the kit that doTERRA already had. So for example, our kit is called the Healthy Start Kit. That's one of our kits. It's 10 oils and a diffuser, right?
Okay.
But when I do the kit, I photograph it myself and I put different roller bottles. Maybe I'll put all these roller bottles as my gift that I'm giving to the customer, right? Maybe I'll do like 4 roller bottles or 5 roller bottles, whatever I want. And maybe I'm going to put my new mom roller bottles. Okay. They have like little phrases for new moms. Then I might have a roller bottle set that's all these teacher labels. Again, this is something that I customize. Nancy's really good at that, so she can help you too. I have all of the labels and they're available to anybody on our team.
Okay.
So you can have all the recipes, the labels, you literally just order them through our label guy and you get them, right?
Mhm.
And we have where you can get the roller bottles. So very easy to do. You could even do customized ones for your own studio, right? Or however you want to do it. Like literally they can be as customizable to your audience as you want. And I change it up too. Sometimes I'll do a cute flowery print, or maybe I want to do, modern look or whatever it is, because we all have different audiences. And then I've named it like liquid Xanax, right? Like, okay, well, there's not an oil called liquid Xanax. I'm just saying, like, here's your oil when you're stressed out and need some anxiety relief, right? Or glow serum for my anti-aging. But long story short, I'll take this basic kit, the same kit. It's called the Healthy Start Kit. When they actually order with doTERRA, it will say Healthy Start Kit, right, in their cart. But I'm going to customize it with my roller bottles and then I'll brand it that way. So I might have a little chart on the roller bottles and says like, oh, here's your diffuser blends for teachers. And I'm just saying that. It's like, summer yet, or no sick days, or, stressed out teacher, whatever it is. And I'll give a little oil recipe. And really, it's the same basic kit. I'm rebranding it though, so it connects with that audience. And it literally was a game changer because people were like, oh my gosh, that's me. I'm that stressed out mom, or I'm that workaholic. This is what I would use. Or, oh my gosh, if you want to do a skincare kit, okay, then in a sense, maybe you don't want to go with doTERRA's basic kit, the Healthy Start Kit. Maybe you want to take our Yarrow Palm product, right, which is amazing for skin, and you want to add on Yarrow Palm, frankincense, and copaiba, right? That's great for skincare. And maybe like, our lotion, and put that, photograph it, or put it together, and then add the $35 membership. Now you got a skincare kit, right? And you created it and you brand it that way. Here's my skincare kit this month, and then I'm adding on these freebies with it or whatever. And that's the kit. So you can either take doTERRA's already preset kits, which typically all have the $35 membership included in there, which is really nice, right? You don't have to add that in, and they're already heavily discounted. So you can take those preset kits and you can rebrand them to call them whatever you want. You could even take that kit and then add products to it. Maybe you're going to do the original kit, and then you're going to say, oh, I'm going to add the kids line on here too. Now I'm going to call this the Mama and Kiddos Kit, right? It's basically the Healthy Start Kit with our kid roller bottles on there, but I'm going to say it's one kit when I'm trying to sell it to a customer, and I'll call it the Healthy Mama and Kiddo Kit, right? And to them, that's what they connect with. They don't connect with Healthy Start Kit, right? And then also, it makes it new looking every month. Now, my teacher kit, I'm not going to change up every single month. Once I do the work to brand the teacher kit, I will always have that teacher kit, right? And then anytime someone wants the teacher kit, they can get that teacher kit. I can send them that old post that I did. I've even created like an ebook where it literally has the picture, the recipes, the link to the teacher kit, and I can literally just text it or email it to someone. And I did all that work one time, and now I have an ebook that goes exactly over everything that's in that one kit, right? And then it has the sign up link for them. That's really helpful, especially if you're working with like an influencer or something like that, because for an influencer, I just gave them that link. They did it in the swipe up. It takes them to this ebook that has everything, so that influencer isn't asking questions, right? Getting all these questions. And then the person can do a quick buy right away by clicking the link, and then they get signed up underneath you. You get an email notification that you just got a new customer, and you reach out to them and say, oh, awesome. Just saw you got the kit. Let me get you plugged in. What roller bottles would you like? And things like that. So really, depending on what your needs are for your community and who you're reaching out to, we can help you create any kind of kit that reaches your audience. Yeah.
We're
think
basically rebranding the kits to sell, and that's what doTERRA ships out to them. But you know how you were mentioning how you were including like free roller bottles or things like that you would personally ship out, right?
Yes. So that's really something that I feel like is a gift to the customer that gets them using your oils right away. Because sometimes, someone might be a little bit intimidated to make their own roller bottle at first. But if you give them a little set of roller bottles, which are pretty inexpensive cost, you've now hooked them with this blend that you've now made that has other oils too outside that kit. So they might be like, oh my gosh, that Mama Magic blend that you sent me, I'm obsessed with. And you're like, oh my gosh, great. You already have 2 of the oils in that blend in your kit, but these are the other 2 you're probably going to want to get. I can show you all the other ways you can use those oils and things like that. So I like it for that reason too. You can also say, yeah, here's how you remake that roller bottle once it's empty. It's super easy. And you again tell them what's in the roller bottle and how to make it. But it's basically like giving them an advertising tool for you as well, because people love sharing about the roller bottles. They like bringing them with them, and it makes them use the oils more, which in turn is going to make them want to continue to order. Sometimes you'll get the person that is the DIYer that would do it themselves no matter what, but 75% of your audience isn't that. And I found by giving them a roller bottle, it really takes it to another level for them instantly right when they get it. So doTERRA ships them the package. I get notified, then I connect with them, and then I send them the list of roller bottles that I have. Typically, I let them pick what they want. You could do a preset pack if you want, of like, I'm only doing these ones. But for me, I found that if they picked the roller bottles, they typically used them more because it was for their exact issue. Like if their kid had eczema, I would rather give them an eczema roller bottle than an owie one or a teething roller bottle that they're not going to use, right? So I typically let them pick something so it really addresses the issues they have so that they want to buy those oils after they tried them. And so that is my gift. And so that's something that you get to decide whatever you want to give. Again, everybody has different budgets, right? You might see Nancy's advertising one thing, and she's trying to hit a new rank, so she's throwing in some extra freebies. You don't have to do that, right? You can literally give whatever you want, and your customers really probably aren't even following Nancy, right? They don't know, they're following you. And so whatever your package is, they're going to be drawn to that, and you can give that amount, and you can change it up here and there. So yes, sometimes doTERRA will have additional promos where it's like, if you buy this, this amount this month, we'll send you additional freebies. Well, doTERRA will send those off. And then maybe that month you don't give as many freebies because doTERRA is giving a lot of freebies that month. So you can just change it around month by month to whatever the special is that month and how many freebies you personally want to give that month.
How far ahead do you find out about the specials?
You get the new promos for the month literally the night before. So they don't let that info out. The cool thing about it is our community does a lot of the work for you in getting like all the specials with graphics or photos. We have our own community magazine. So then that will literally have all the recipes, the DIY, tell them about the oil, have all the stuff in there for them. Like I just sent that out all to my customers, and then everyone in my business gets that same resource. I mean, it took me and the person that worked on it with me hours and hours and hours to put it together. But the cool thing is as you're part of our business group, you get that all for free, right? And that's what you get to give your customers, which is awesome. And you don't have to do any of the work for that. So we do try to make it pretty easy so that you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm scrambling at all moments, right? To keep up with this. We're pretty well, our Facebook group has updates all the time and those kind of things. But yes, the specials for the new month, always you hear about it the night before. And then they'll throw in other specials like Mother's Day, right? They'll tell us that maybe a week or two ahead of time and things like that. But yes, every month is a new month with new specials that they have.
How do I get access to the ebooks and the things that you've already created? Because being able to leverage off of your platform would save me so much time.
Totally. Yeah. Nancy can send you the link. It's just education.obsessedwithessentials.com, I believe. But we can send you the link, and that has all the links to tons of stuff already in there. Then on our Facebook group, we have an area under albums that has all of the ebooks under the album section. So that literally could just click, and that has every single ebook in there. Some people find Facebook easier. Other people like the website. So we try to house all the information on there.
It's on both.
It's on both. It should be. The website's a newer thing that we're trying to update, within the last year we did it, so it might not have every single thing. The Facebook group, though, has a ton of information. And then the newer stuff that we have, when we do it, I send out weekly texts to the people that do the business. And so you will get direct links to those. So you wouldn't have to like search for them. I would be like, okay, here, we just finished the magazine. Here it is. And then I'll send it to you. Or, oh, I just added all the new photos of the new kit that doTERRA launched. Here it is in a Dropbox folder. So like today, I just photographed all the new kits. I'll edit all of the photos, add them to the Dropbox, and send them, and everybody can use them, for free, and use them however you'd like. So whatever resources I have, I try to open them up to everybody within the business, so that, my work that I do once helps everybody. I don't really, see the purpose in not doing that. So yeah, and those would all be like direct links via Dropbox that you would get.
And I'll send you, I think I already sent it to Sally, but for Ellen and Gloria, I'll send you an email, because Ellen, I think I was waiting for that crystal pump to send you all the roller bottles, welcome gift, things like that. That just came in, so I'll be sending that. And then I'll be sending an email that has all these links that Melody was just talking about.
Cool.
Perfect. Let me just see if I can get my Safari for some reason. Oh, here it goes. Maybe Zoom, I think, is making my computer be so weird right now, and it bombed my whole thing.
Oh no.
I know. So it won't let me share my website, but let me see if I can try to get it. Literally, oh, there it
Melody,
is.
while you're figuring that out, can I also just mention that for like the minimum order, like Melody said, there isn't a minimum order, but I usually aim to get like 100 PV minimum so that it counts towards certain things. So like right now I'm doing Diamond Club. So that means anybody under me, like you guys as well, if you enroll someone with 100 PV or more and give me their email address, I register them, and then you get a promo code for them. They'll get a free Citrus Bliss 15 ml bottle, a full size bottle for 100 PV order. And if you want to go for founders, you want people to order with 100 PV, because that's when you get points towards the founders thing that Melody was talking about.
Yes, absolutely. Typically for me, I always try to work with a customer until they're ready to do some kind of, I very rarely have a customer that does under 100 PV, because like Nancy said, they are going to get more freebies themselves. So it is a better option for themselves. And it's definitely better for you too, business-wise, because if doTERRA does any kind of competition, it's always based off of 100 PV enrollment. So if it's under 100 PV, then it wouldn't count towards whatever kind of competition, whether it be their incentive trip or the free jasmine oil, or like she said, getting a free Citrus Bliss. So typically if I am doing a custom kit, I'll always try to build it to it hits exactly 100 PV, or a little bit above, if I'm trying to keep it at a low price point. Now, if you're not worried about keeping it at a low price point, you don't have to do that, right? Like Nancy or Wilma Rose, is famous for doing these like 400 to 700 PV kits, and she and she gets a customer to sign up with a huge gigantic order. So you don't have to keep it at 100 PV, but for those ones that are on a smaller budget, typically if you can at least keep it to $135, you have a 100 PV order with a $35 membership if you are doing, one that you're creating yourself in a sense. Otherwise, doTERRA's new kit that they just came out with is great. It's 100 PV and it's $149. So that's a great price point, and it's amazing oils in there. So, okay. Miracles happened and it did come back up. So let me share it now. So I was like, I have no clue what's happening to me, but such is life sometimes with Zoom. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So like we talked about, there is a retail commission Typically, I don't sell things retail. If you are, you're getting 25% of whatever you get. And then there's Fast Start, and there's 3 more ways that you would be getting income within doTERRA. To get your income within doTERRA, you do need to have at least a 100 PV order throughout the month on your LRP. That's our loyalty rewards program, right? Our extra savings program. And as a person doing the business, if you do want to get income, you need to spend 100 PV, and you always want to have 100 PV saved in your cart at all times, because doTERRA pays out weekly when they're doing Fast Start. So every week you could be getting a check in the mail, or the easiest way is to sign up for direct deposit, and then it'll go directly into your account. If they go to pay you and you don't have 100 PV saved in your cart, you just don't get paid that week. So you always want to make sure it's at least 100 PV or above. You can always change it before your order goes out, but just have something in there that's 100 PV or above. So you get paid weekly for Fast Start, and then once a month is going to be your bigger check of when you're have done the business longer. Like I said, when you first start, your weekly checks are basically your income. That's your Fast Start. Whatever your sales are, that's what you get paid off of. That's not going to be a lot of money, right? But this business is a long-term business of where you're getting residual income, and that's what we're building up to. So a couple key terms or whatever is LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Program. PV is our point value. That's what you get paid off of. OV is your overall volume. So in a sense, if you have customers and builders and everything, your overall volume would be everyone's sales underneath you. That's your OV, your overall volume. I will send this video to you guys, and Nancy, you can watch it. It's a breakthrough of the compensation plan, but I'll just walk you through it. But if some of this goes in your ear and out the other, and you're like, that was overwhelming, rewatch this little video for 4 minutes and you'll be like, okay, that makes sense a little bit more to me. So it's a great little one. It's only about 5 minutes, but I'll chat you through it first. So we'll go past retail commissions, since we already talked about that. Again, if you sold retail, you would be getting 25% of whatever your PV, your sales were. Fast Start is going to be what you get your main income on when you first start. Like I said, if Nancy sells a kit, for her first 60 days, she gets 20% of whatever she sells. Since I enrolled Nancy, I get 10% of whatever Nancy sells for the 60 days of the new customer, and the person above me 5%. So when you guys go out and sell a kit, you get 20%, Nancy gets 10%, I get 5%. As you see, this is one way to get residual income once you yourself start to get builders and people that want to do the business with you. Okay, another way you can get paid in doTERRA is called our Power of 3 bonus. This is a separate bonus. You can get paid this bonus every single month in doTERRA. With the Power of 3 bonus, basically you're rewarded for helping people get on our loyalty rewards program and ordering on there. As you can see, this little graphic just shows you that within this bonus, you can get a $50 bonus. Not that much. No, none of us are going to be running home so excited for a $50 bonus, but some people are, right? So if you get a customer that has a couple of their friends ordering on the LRP and they got this bonus, it's helping pay half of their order every single month. So to that customer, they're pretty stoked. They're getting half their order for free just because a couple of their friends got on the LRP underneath them. So in a sense, to some people that are maybe doing this as a hobby business, $50 a month plus a little commission pays for their entire oil order for the month. And to them and their family, that's a big deal. Now, for us who are a little bit more business minded and maybe have an income goal, you're not going to be running home at $50 a month, but that is the first dollar amount that you can hit. Then if you help more people, which I'll show you a visual, per month, you get a $250 bonus per month. And then the largest one would be a $1,500 bonus if you get a lot of people ordering on our loyalty rewards program. The cool thing about doTERRA is you're not just capped at that. Once you're in this business for a while, if you're successful and you have a lot of people doing this with you, you can get the $50 bonus again and get a second bonus and a second bonus. So you could literally keep getting this $1,500 bonus multiple times. For me personally, I got a $1,500 bonus plus a $250 all in 1 month, just on the power of 3 bonus, right? So this is just another way to make income, but this is how it works. So here's you at the top, or I'll say this is me. I did my order on the LRP, right? I spent 100 PV. Now Nancy's one of my builders. Here's Nancy right here. And then I have other builders on my top level too, right? That do the business underneath me. Nancy's one of my builders though. So of course, Nancy's doing the business under me. She's going to do her 100 PV order, right? My other 2 people are doing the business with me too. They do theirs. And then between us all, we have at least 600. See this 600? We have 600 in overall volume. If that happens, I get a $50 bonus. Now, all you have to do is teach the person underneath you to do the same thing. So I'm telling Nancy, hey, Nancy, go help 3 people get on the LRP, just like I did, right? Nancy's going to help you 3 get on the LRP, right? Or Nancy has Wilma Rose right here and 2 other people on the LRP, right? If Nancy gets those 3 people on the LRP, guess what? Nancy now gets a $50 bonus, right? Because she got 3 people. Then my other 2 builders did the same thing. Now I get a $250 bonus. This is very easy to do once you have people doing the business with you, right? Because of course they're going to order 100 PV, right? That's what they regularly have to do for doing the business anyway. Now, a lot of my customers all put down on this level 3. I'm saying Nancy's going to teach you guys to do the same thing. If all 3 of you on this call just got 3 people to do the LRP, right? That would take care of this entire level. And look, I would be getting my $1,500 bonus, right? Because Nancy got you 3 to get 3 people. My other builders did the exact same thing. That means if I do that, I get a $1,500 bonus every single month just for the power of 3. That doesn't count my fast start bonus. That doesn't count my leadership bonus, my unilevel. This is just one bonus that I can get in doTERRA. It's called the power of 3 bonus. And it's helping people order on the loyalty rewards program. If they order 100 PV, that counts as a qualified person. And if you get these amount of people doing it, you personally would get $1,500. And like I said, you could do it all over again. So in a sense, you could get $3,000 a month just on this one bonus. That's the power of 3 bonus. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, unilevel is a little bit overwhelming, but how I like to describe it is a little bit of percentage that you get off of basically everybody underneath you. And we're going to show you why our compensation plan within doTERRA is way better than a lot of the other direct sale companies out there that have it flipped. So they all do unilevel 2, which is where you get a little bit of money off of everybody's order, right? These people order regularly without you. I have about, I think, 14,000 people underneath me. Now, I did not sign up 14,000 people. I probably signed up, I don't know, maybe I signed up 1,000 people. Personally, I am a high enroller, but over, 7 years or something, 8 years. But, I have all of these people underneath me and I get a little percentage off of almost all of them. Now, if my team goes really, really, really low, like maybe 20 levels deep, maybe on some of them I'm not getting paid anymore because they're so far down. But most of all the people on my team, I'm getting a percentage off of them. That is called residual income. That means no matter what, when they order, I always will get a little percentage off of them. Okay, so depending on where I put them on my team, I'm going to get a different percentage. So after the first 60 days, you guys get fast start, right? When you sign someone up for the first 60 days, you get fast start. You don't get any unilevel for the first 60 days because you're getting fast start, 20% commission. After the first 60 days, you no longer get 20% commission. It goes down to either 2% to 7%. So you can see in the beginning levels, you're getting a lower percentage. You're getting 2%, 3%, 5% of whatever their order is for the rest of their life. But as your team grows and it gets bigger, you can think of it like a tree or a pyramid, you're going to have more people on the lower levels. So you definitely would want the higher percentage down on the low levels. Most direct sale companies give you the high percentage up here. Why? Because when you first start the business, you're going to be making more money. So it entices the person more because they're like, oh, look, I made more money. But as you go longer in the business and you work your butt off and you're in a couple years, right? Like in my bakery business, when I worked for 8 years and I thought I'd be, rolling in money, right? I wasn't. Why? Because the percentages, in a sense. So for me, within doTERRA, I want to see that when I'm in this business long term, I get paid the biggest percentage on the most amount of people. I don't want my biggest percentage of sales on the least amount of people that I first signed up when I first started, right? So we're going to give another visual of that. Let me give. Well, let me do one thing real quick. Does anybody have any questions while I pull up one thing on Unilevel? Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like with Unilevel. So with Unilevel, I can go into my back office of my account and I can click on, let's see if it'll load. I can click on, you can see, so like this was one of my high months. That month in my bonuses plus my Unilevel, I made $35,669. Then I added in my fast start, right? So some weeks on my fast start, maybe I'm making $121 for my fast start, 380. Oh, it was BOGO week. I made in 1 week $1,500 because I had so many sales, right? My whole team was selling tons of stuff on BOGO. So you can see within my fast start, me personally, because I've done it a while, I get about $1,500, per month or $2,000 in fast start. And then I get to add that to my monthly check, which is my big check. Now, this I've been doing the business for a while. I'm at Blue Diamond. So some months I'm anywhere in between around 26,000 to upwards of my highest was $40,000 per month. And this is where my Unilevel goes into play. So if I click on this dot, well, sometimes it doesn't load it. Let's hopefully one of these will load. Okay, there we go. So you can see this is what Unilevel, this is what residual income means. When you sign up a customer that is your customer for life, or when your builder signs up a customer, or your builder's builder, and all the people that start doing the business underneath you, you will get checks where it shows like this. So look at all these people's names. These are all the customers that are underneath me, and watch, there's pages and pages and pages of this. Then it tells me what level they're on my team. So this person's on level 7. That means I'm getting a high percentage, right? I'm getting 7%. So you'll be able to see their order and then how much I made off of that person. So that person spent $204, right? She's not a new customer. This is someone who's been ordering maybe for years. $12. This person I made $4 off of, $1.50, $1.40. But you can see, look, it adds up. I have pages and pages and pages and pages of customers. This is why you want customers that are with you for life. This is why you want to teach people to do the business underneath you, because after a while, you are going to get residual income off of all of these customers. They will go on, they will order themselves, and you will get a percentage of their sale. So you can see for that month, my Unilevel, my little percentage of all the customers underneath me, I got was $15,420. That's how much money I made off of my Unilevel commission. That's very steady. That literally doesn't change but a little bit each month, right? Maybe on BOGOs, I'll go up a little bit. Then you can see that month on my 3x3 bonus, that's my power of 3 bonus. How much did I get for my power of 3 bonus? That month I did my $1,500 bonus, plus I got my $250 on top of it. So I made $1,750 on my Unilevel, on my power of 3 bonus. Then you can see, we're going to talk about where you get leadership performance bonuses for hitting a certain rank. So Nancy just hit silver. Because Nancy hit silver, she gets a couple bonuses now. Because I hit Blue Diamond, I get bonuses. I get something called a diamond bonus. That's $3,600. And I get a Blue Diamond bonus. That's about $11,000. That's how it all adds up. I get, and this isn't even calculating my sales, my weekly sales. That's not calculated in here, right? That I get paid every single week. This is my once a month monthly sales. I mean, my monthly check. So you can see that's how it all gets added up to a bigger number. And that month was, 31,000. But you can see that's what it is. You get your fast start that you paid weekly, your once a month bigger check. Now, when you first start, that check is going to be very little, like, oh, I got a stick of gum. I got $5, right? Because you don't have a lot of customers underneath you, right? You don't have a big downline. But once you do this for a long time and you actually get real builders that are building the business, that is what is going to be your stable income for life. Even if you want to go on vacation and you make no sales that month, you'll get your unilevel. Why? Because your customers are still going to order, right? You have builders that are still going to order. That's your stable bread and butter money, which is called your unilevel. Okay. So then the leadership bonuses. So within doTERRA, there's a couple ways to get bonuses. So once you hit the rank of Premier, right? Premier is what Wilma Rose just hit, right? Nancy, how many months were you in when you hit Premier? You hit it on month 5? Yeah. So Nancy hit month 5, she hit Premier. What is Premier? That means you have 2 legs. That means 2 people that are doing the business with you. Now, when you're first starting, they might not really be doing the business with you. Maybe you have your grandma in one of your builder spots. We call that a ghost leg, a placement holder spot, but you're building underneath grandma for now. And then when you find a real builder, you can put that person into grandma's spot, right? But for your things like your power of 3 bonus, right? You want structure. So it's structured the right way so you can hit your bonuses and your rank. So sometimes we'll do something called a placeholder. But when you hit Premier, that means there's you at the top and you have 2 legs, 2 team members that are doing the business with you. And on those 2 teams, you help them get to executive. Executive means they have 2,000 in sales. So 2,000 plus 2,000, and then your overall volume has to be 5,000. That means your random, the extra 1,000 could come from anywhere. Maybe one of your builders has 3,000, one has 2,000, it equals 5,000. Once you hit Premier, you start getting a leadership bonus. Just for hitting Premier, you get now a percentage of whatever doTERRA sold that month. They break it down. So for, here's a little chart. So it's called the empowerment bonus. Basically, they take 1.25% of their sales that month, and then you divvy it up on shares. So one share is about $180 to $190. So when Nancy hits Premier, just because she hits Premier and she signs up at least one person, you have to sign up one person showing that you're doing the business, you'll get that bonus, $190. Now, same at Silver, you get that again. You can get that empowerment bonus, one share. Level Gold, you can get 2 shares of that. Now that's on top of your other pay, right? So this you can get one empowerment bonus for $190, another one for $190. So basically for that you get about $400 when you're gold, right? That's a bonus. Now that's one bonus. You also get this other kind of bonus. So that bonus starts at Premier. Then at Silver, like Nancy, she would have gotten her empowerment bonus for $190. And then she gets this other bonus. It's called a leadership performance pool bonus. She gets 1 share of that when she hits Silver. That's roughly $150. So, right, Nancy hits Premier, she gets her fast start, she gets her unilevel, she gets her power of 3 bonus, then she gets her empowerment pool bonus, then she gets her leadership performance bonus. So you can see they start adding on top of each other, and that's how you actually equate to real money, right? When you start getting all of these different payments from doTERRA. Now, once you hit gold, instead of getting 1 of these shares, you get 5. So instead of $150, now you get $750. Now, once you hit platinum, instead of getting 1 share or 5 shares, you get 10 shares. So you get $1,500 just for hitting platinum. Now, maybe you're getting your $1,500 bonus too for your power of 3 bonus. So now you're up to $3,000 just for those 2 things. That doesn't count your weekly sales or your unilevel. So you can sort of see how that grows on top of each other. And then when you get to the higher ranks, you get way more money because it's less people hitting those ranks and you're still getting a whole percentage of the company's sales that month. So in a sense, 1 month as you're growing, maybe you're going to hit Silver. The next month you might hit Premier. You might not have solidified the Silver rank. So whatever rank you hit that month, that's what you get paid off of. Now, for me personally, I'm pretty solid at Blue Diamond, right? So every month I get paid at Blue Diamond. But when I first hit Blue Diamond, I hit it 1 month, and then the other months after that, I hit diamond a couple times, right? Because my team was still growing and solidifying, hitting that new rank. That's totally normal. You can go up and down, and then it solidifies, and then, oh, you're ready to hit the next rank, and then you go for the next rank. That's sort of how the business goes, like that. Okay, so we sort of showed you how you get your different payments, right? I can click on the little dot and it brought up that whole sheet for you guys to see, right? This is your fast start bonus, and then this is your once a month monthly, it's called your primary bonus. That's my big check a month. You guys, it'll be small when you first start, but that's down the road what your major check would be. You get it once a month on the 15th of the month. That's what they pay out. Within doTERRA, this is just a little bit of look. These are our monthly averages, right? Now, someone might be gold and they've hit gold for 3 years straight. Well, they're going to be making more money than someone who just hit gold for their first time, right? Because that person probably has way more people underneath them, more sales and things like that. So you can sort of see there's an average. So when you hit elite, that means you have 3,000 in sales underneath you. You'll probably be making anywhere from $300 to $500. Right? Maybe that's awesome and that's all you want. Or maybe you're like, oh, no, that's very little for me. I want to go for gold, or whatever it is. Everybody has different goals. Maybe you're like, okay, my goal is to hit silver. Okay. So silver, you're going to start out probably making more around 1,000, and then it goes up to a little bit over 2,000, right? And then gold and so on. But you can see, even if you take this business and go at it slow, if you do build consistently, like I said, the one lady I grew up going to church with, she grew slower than I did at the beginning, right? But she still kept growing. Now she signed up the top enroller out of my entire team as one of her builders. And now she hit platinum, right? So in a sense, maybe she grew slower and was elite and premier and silver for a lot of years. That still helped her family out immensely, right? That was great income for what she wanted at that time. She was a stay-at-home mom. Her husband worked full-time. Her husband lost his job during the pandemic, and now her income is the sole income for their family, and she hit platinum. So that was a game changer for their family. So you can sort of see that no matter what, maybe you go all in, maybe you grow slowly, but hey, those customers that you start, as long as you give great customer service, they're always going to be there ordering underneath you and loving the product, right? So maybe in 2 years, you're like, hey, my kids are older, I'm ready to go all in. And then maybe you jump from silver to diamond in 1 year, like I did, right? So really, it's totally up to you, as fast or as slow as you want to grow. It's totally your personal preference. Within our team, we never drag people along or pressure them or pull them. It's your business. Do with it what you want. We're just here to support you in however you want to grow. But the potential within doTERRA is very good. You can grow fast. I just read in the recent doTERRA magazine, one lady, went to diamond in 4 months, right? How did she do that? She found 4 people that really wanted to do the business with her. Only 4 people, and they got to silver in 4 months. That's totally doable, to be honest. You can absolutely, if you found 4 committed business people, they could hit silver in 4 months, right? Because what's a silver? That's only 3 elites. That means you're finding 3 people to do it and get 3,000 in sales. That's absolutely doable. So she got 12 people to be elite, 4 people, yeah, am I saying it right? 4 people to be silver, and then that's how she hit diamond. So to grow fast in this business, it definitely is a team business. You can do it by yourself, but you're going to go slower. But I did do a lot of my own business building myself in the beginning, right? I did a lot of sales, and I did grow. But once I found partners, it was more enjoyable and I grew faster. So, but you can absolutely start in the beginning by yourself and still be successful, even without business partners. This just gives you that little bit of visual of why doTERRA's compensation plan versus other companies is such a big difference. Again, if you build for a while and you get 2,187 people under you, which to you guys, you might be like, oh, I'll never get that many people. I'm telling you, I have 14,000 people underneath me. That started, I never thought I would have anybody underneath me either. So it does happen. Look at doTERRA. You get paid 7% off of that many people, you get 32,000. If it's an inverted pyramid and you were getting your high percentage when you first started, you're only making $12,000 off of those people. So you can see it really, really makes a difference. Regarding Young Living, the other thing that's crazy about their compensation plan, which isn't in this one, but I have a different graph, is for you to hit high ranks in Young Living, you have to have an exorbitant amount of sales. So for example, I think to hit their high rank, you have to have 1.5 million sales for that month to hit the high rank. For our high rank, you could do it in like 300,000 in sales. Like, it's insane the amount of difference that you can hit the high ranks within our company. Whereas within other companies, you know, you literally having to pull in 1.5 million to hit that rank per month. So yeah, so that's in a nutshell the compensation plan. I know we went a little bit longer than planned. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? I know it's a lot of info. And again, as you do the business, you'll probably go over and over this again, and Nancy will help you and go over your team and help you structure it. Me and Nancy have done lots of late night conversations, but eventually it clicks as you sign up customers and people to do the business with you, and it sort of all comes together. But we're always here along the way to help you. I tell people in the beginning, it's just all about helping people get started with oils, and we'll do the rest for you and help you structure and make sure you're hitting your bonuses and things like that.
I think I need to study more.
Now let me tell you though, listen, I hit the rank of silver, and I never once went on to my back office, the business site. When I did my bakery and I was sharing, I told the lady who got me started, I don't have time to do that. I'll just sign the people up. You move them wherever you want. So literally, I'm telling you, I hit the rank of silver, and I never logged into my business office once. I didn't. And I hit
same here. I'm like, God, that does not look familiar.
Okay, so this is what Nancy's going to tell you. If you just go and focus on signing people up, Nancy will do the rest for you in the back office and help you move everybody until you're ready and your brain has capacity. So, and that's why I tell people when they're first starting, sometimes I just tell them, just try to share the oils. See if you like doing it. If you like doing it, this will come naturally to you as we share it, and you'll be wanting to learn it. In the beginning, there's almost no use in like obsessing over all the details, to be honest, because it's either you're going to love it or you're not going to like it. And there's a lot of people that this business isn't for them, and that's totally fine, right? It isn't. But for the people that it is for you, it'll be so easy to help you learn how to do it along the way. It's not overwhelming if you do it in small amounts. So don't focus on any of that I just shared with you, but we just try to share that with you so that you know that there is a real business potential. Because if you are a business person, before starting a business, you do want to know that you actually can make money with it, right? And you do sort of want to know how you're going to make money and why you're not making as much money in the beginning, but that you know you will make it later on. So that kind of conversation that I just did is more just to give you a little bit of an idea of, look, I made income. I know how to make income. I know how to do the business. I'm very good at it. I know how to help people structure their team and all of that kind of stuff. It's what I like doing and why I like helping people do the business. So you have all of that. Nancy's great at it. She's learning the back office and doing all of that. And her mind is expanded and taking all the info in. So again, you know, you don't have to focus on that. Literally just fall in love with a kit that you like selling, help people get started with it, and we will help you do all of the rest, you know? And then in a couple months, you'll be like, hey, let's talk about that compensation plan again. I did want to learn a little bit more about it. And then we'll talk to you again about it. And you'll be like, oh, now that makes sense to me. In the beginning, it didn't make sense. So that's sort of how it goes. But I think Nancy just wanted you to, you know, hear it from me and see, you know, what the businesses see that actually do get income. There's paychecks and things like that, you know, because sometimes people don't treat like a direct sales business as a real business. But it truly is a real business if you treat it like one, and it will pay you like one, and it'll give you a lot more flexible time freedom than a real business typically does for most people that run a business.
So I want to ask about time allocation, because obviously you've grown your business.
Yeah.
And so at the very beginning, clearly you were kind of doing it as hobby.
Yeah.
And then once you got serious, because hobby I understand, but once you got serious, how
Yeah.
much time did you allocate to talking like over like with people, sales, having these, because I already know with Nancy, I already met with her twice, and I'm like thinking, good God, she's a busy girl too, you know? So
Yeah.
like, how often were you out there hustling in the very beginning, and how often are you doing that now?
Yeah. So it's so long ago. And I'm like, where's my mom brain? I try to think back to that season because that season for me was a whirlwind, right? Like my business at that time, I did have 2 bakeries, 40 employees, 2 kids, right? I had an under 1-year-old and I think a 4-year-old at that time. So, I remember at that point when I decided to do it, my mom literally saying to me, who owns the business with me, you're going to teach an oil class after work today, like what are you doing, you know what I mean, like, so like, but I did and I loved it. So like I think at that point, so like looking back, I probably was teaching maybe 1 class a week, so 4 classes a month. I was doing them in person in the beginning. I didn't do any sales online in the beginning. I mean, people found me online, but I would teach classes in person all the time. Now I do most of my stuff online, but I love doing in-person events because people crave that community. And a lot of times that's where you find your builders. Now I find builders online too, but a lot of people love getting in and they just want to be around you and get that energy and that creativity. So people love that too. So we are starting back up. This is our first month of starting back in-person events as well. But the cool thing about this business is you can pivot and do it however it fits in your life. For me, literally, a lot of people who grow this while they're working are like, yeah, I worked there full time until I hit diamond, right? And then I quit after that. That's what most people's stories are that typically have a business. And they're like, I built it during my lunch break and then at night. I didn't watch TV for a year, they said. You know what I mean? Like instead of watching TV at night, most people that either have kiddos or work a full-time job, you're probably doing a majority of your business at night. Or I'll do it when I exercise on my Peloton or I go in my sauna. I'm working on those 2 things because those are 2 hours that I could literally be Instagramming, DMing customers, following up with them all on my phone. So most of my work I do on my phone. I traveled all last week and I literally did my entire thing on my phone, right? I traveled for 6 hours traveling and I just did work on my phone while I sat in the car, sleep at night. I worked on that oil magazine that I sent out to all my customers. But then when I was on vacation though, and only worked when I wanted to. So for me, I do work, typically randomly all throughout when it fits in my life. You know what I mean? So some people work better with scheduling and time blocking, which maybe I should learn that skill. It isn't mine quite yet, but yeah, totally. So whatever your life is, you might just say, I could give doTERRA 1 day a week. And then maybe after that 1 day, I could give it 3 hours. You could absolutely build a business if you said, I'm going to actually treat it like a business for 1 8-hour day. I mean, that's insane. Most people don't give doTERRA 8 hours, right? And give 1 full day. But if you could really look at it like a business and say, I'm actually going to work the real business for 1 day a week, you could totally build this business, right? If you're not going to give it a full day, you do need to say, I'm actually going to carve out some hours, whether it be 1 hour a day or 2 hours. You could definitely build a business within that, but you just need to do stuff other than just like, I'm going to do 1 Instagram post. Like you're not going to build a business doing 1 post, right? You do need to follow up with your customers. You need to, host a class. You need to tell people about the LRP. A lot of those kind of things though, you can build systems. Like we have those. So like, our monthly magazine. Okay, I'm going to send it to all my customers. Well, I built the magazine. All you had to do was text it. But that was a big thing. You just got them a big resource, right? But, so it really just depends. Like when you get a new builder, like when I got Nancy on, because Nancy's one of my main builders. I only have 6 main builders. Nancy's one of them. When I decided I was going to try to go for Presidential Diamond, I said to myself, I know am going to invest a lot in this person. Am I ready for that? Mm-hmm. Right? Maybe last year I wasn't and didn't have time to, and that was my choice. But when I wanted to up level to another rank, of course I knew if I didn't want to ever hit Presidential Diamond, I would be meeting with Nancy or talking with you guys right now and not be working and getting my same pay. But it was my choice to work towards Presidential Diamond. So in a sense, if I wanted to hit Diamond, I could never work the entire month and my business would hit diamond every single month because that's how my residual income is set up. My business is so stable now, I could do nothing and hit diamond. If I want to hit blue diamond, I still need to be working, right? And if I want to hit Presidential Diamond, which is what I'm going for, I am working, but I'm doing it when I want to, but I am working. So I probably work about 20 to 25 hours a week. But like I said, it's when I'm exercising or in my sauna or driving. So I'm not like going away from my kids. I'm working a lot of times when they're out, playing, in the yard or something. So for me, it's different than like when I had my bakery. I would have to commute into my bakery, pay a babysitter, paying them money. Then I'd have to be there. Then I had to commute back, make all the lunches. It was the whole thing. For me, I can fit this in little segments and work a little bit here and there. And that works better for me and my family and how I like working. And I've been able to make tons more income. So I do work for sure. But if I was okay only hitting diamond now, I wouldn't have to work anymore. I would have worked my butt off for those years and I'd be good.
You sold me at 20 to 25 hours.
Yeah.
So what is your Instagram handle?
Mine is obsessed with essentials.
And how often do you post?
I typically post once a day. There are some days that I don't post, but that's my main form of advertising for my customers. So I do that as an educational one. I do that to attract new customers or builders. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So I try to, do educational. Oh, here I have a kit, right? So I'm not posting sales of kits every single day. Most of it's free information. Oh, look, I have this kit that I'm selling, right? But that's where a lot of my customers find me. And then I'll work with influencers. And then that's how I get more customers. Because I started that one probably maybe a little bit over 2 years ago and grew it pretty fast compared to, other accounts, which, take a lot longer. By working some with influencers. And that was just by random. I had a teacher friend, she had a big account. And like I said, I created a teacher kit and it worked for her. So, and then, just sharing good content. But yeah, I would say 20 to 25 hours a week is literally the max most people in doTERRA work. If you spent 40 hours a week, you could hit diamond in 10 months. I mean, in 4 months, probably. Like, nobody really spends 40 hours a week doing this business, to be honest. And I feel like, you can, there's very few people on my team that spend 20 to 25 hours a week. And if they do, they're my top builders on my team.
And I think what's great about it is because everyone here owns a business. Like
Right.
Everyone understands the amount of time it takes to put into a business, and then like coming up with all your own branding and everything. And so in that email, I actually will be sending you guys like, Sally, I know you have like the One Drop Designs is the place
Yes.
where all these people who use doTERRA are making promo, like marketing posts and things that you can use on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And then you could take that, you can edit it, brand it with your own branding, and then post it. And
It's been the best thing ever. It
so
came out.
easy.
Yeah, so a presidential diamond in doTERRA, Keely Martinez, came up with this because she saw that. I mean, it was so much amount. I mean, when we had BOGO week before, like in past years, it would be so much work for me to create all of these posts and content for the entire team. I would barely get any sleep. It was pretty crazy. Now I pay $24 a month for One Drop or whatever it is. And I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I can literally click download and all these graphics are done for me. And it's like so easy. So there are so many resources on there that it's like unbelievable. It's amazing for your business.
Yeah. And it will provide like the education. Cause I know like Ellen, Sally, Sally, you're good with wellness, but maybe essential oils specifically, like you're kind of more new to. I learned so much going through One Drop and just like frankincense and looking up all the posts.
Totally.
It has like all these ideas on diffuser recipes, DIYs, what it's good for. And then, I'll send you also links to other Instagram people I like to follow, because I feel like you learn as you go. Like I learned so much once I started doing the business. I knew oils in a specific way, how I use them for my family. And then like a whole world opened up when I started the business. So don't feel like you need to know everything, but I do think it's important, like Melody said, like education, and then a sale, and then a post about a potential kit, because otherwise I think people won't follow you. They don't want to keep coming back if it's like sale.
Yeah. And the thing to remember when you're first starting is most of your customers do not need expert essential oil knowledge. If you try to shove that down their throat, they're out. They don't want that. That's overwhelming to them. They literally want to be like, oh, what did you rub on your kids last night? Oh, what's your cheap diffuser blend? Oh, you put this on your bug bites? Oh, your kid threw up and what did you do to help them? Like they do not want like, here's the science of frankincense. But I mean, they do maybe a little bit, but literally they just want the basics of how in the heck you help the fever go down. I mean, those will be your top posts, right? Like, what did you do when your kid got a fever or when you had a hangover or whatever it may be, right? Like, or how did you get your sunspots to go away? Like, or your wart to get off? Like, those are what people want to know. And so to really just be like, what do you align with and how has it helped you? That's what your customers are probably going to align with the most. You don't have to feel like you have to know everything. I mean, when I started, I literally only knew the 10 oils. I didn't have any clue about anything else in doTERRA. I just liked those 10 oils and I could sell those 10 oils over and over and over again because I really liked them. So don't feel like overwhelmed by all the kits and all the things. Just fall in love with something that you like and connect with. And then the cool thing about doTERRA is it grows with you. Maybe you'll get a new interest down the road. Maybe you get a pet and you're like, oh my gosh, I use these on my pet. Now you can advertise to all these pet lovers. Or maybe you use them on skincare and you're now obsessed with skincare or detoxing or metabolism boosting. I mean, really, you can pivot in so many different directions. And that's something I like too, because a lot of times I could get bored doing the same thing over and over again. So I like being able to pivot, create, and do new things. And it's not the same thing every single month or every single year. I mean, I've been doing it 8 years and like I still get new stuff all the time, right? And then they have new products too. So really like I'm learning all the time. I don't know everything. And I find that most of the time, the simpler you keep it for your customers, the more sales you get. Because if you overwhelm them, they just check out and they're like, no, I don't have time to learn your voodoo oils. You can do that. And I'll use Excedrin,
I agree. Thank you so much, Melody. This was so helpful. I feel like as just getting everybody together, running through all of this. And I agree. I think, when I first started the first 2 months, 3 months, I didn't understand the compensation plan at all. I was like, I don't really care what commission I'm making. I'm just going to enroll. I'm going to enroll. Like, that's how I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months in, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to hit platinum, or I want to hit platinum. Melody, can we talk about this compensation plan? So I wanted you guys to get all of that information to start, so you kind of also know where you want to build towards, but I'm also happy to revisit it again.
Yeah, you'll definitely revisit it. It's good to know it's out there, but like Nancy said, in the beginning, enjoy the oils, focus on a kit that you love, promote it, learn how to use it, make pretty photos or whatever you want. Like that's what it is. The compensation plan and income will come, but that's not what in the beginning you should focus on. Just see if this is a business that you want to do, right? Try it out, see if you like it, like there's no need to memorize the compensation plan if in month 2 you don't even like the business. So try it out, see if it's for you and you love it. And then, once you decide that, you'll be like, yeah, let's talk about the compensation plan again. And then we can give you more info.
Yeah.
So one thing, when I was with Young Living, I decided to leave Young Living and be part of doTERRA was the community, and the support. So one thing from my upline with Young Living, when in the beginning, I had no idea what it was. And she's a professor. So she's kind of expecting that I would do my homework and, I would know everything. So when I ask her like simple questions, she seems pretty irritated or upset or, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It is very confusing. Now I get the concept because doTERRA and Young Living are very similar,
Yeah.
some are very different, but mostly I think 90% are pretty similar. But, it took me almost like 1 or 2 years to really figure out, and I'm still learning. But I feel like for this group, for Ellen, and I don't know the other person, but especially, all the newbies, I know Nancy will be there for us. I'm really confident. That's why I joined this group. And, I think it's like you're raising a baby, like raising a child, right? You need to guide even basic stuff. And, until we can get it on our feet and we can get really, good at this business mind and business model. I think like walking with new team members, even That's why I don't hesitate to ask Nancy, "Hey, can you host this class?" Because we just reopened our business. We're shut down for a while and then reopening and pivoting. It's been too overwhelming for me. So I could do the class, but I don't have the time and margin. So I just ask her, and when I asked her, she's like, "Oh, of course, I'll be there and I'll do, so anyway, that kind of support is very important, I think, for, yeah.
It totally is. And I tell people, Nancy, she was apologizing in the beginning when she texted me. I'm like, Nancy, like I tell people, if you're not texting me every day or every week a couple times, I know you're not doing the business, right? Because I know there will be tons of questions because it's absolutely new and you absolutely should have questions. And when I have new customers and they're DMing me and they're saying, "So sorry for texting you a question." I'm like, no, I love that you're texting me a question because that means you're using your oils or you want to, right? And you have a question. So it's the people that don't ask questions that I know, oh, this person isn't into the business. If you're into the business, you're going to be asking questions, right? If you're into the oils, you're going to have a lot of questions, right? And that's why I think community is so important because, that's what you need when you're starting something new, whether you're a customer or whether you're doing the business. And like you said, once you do it and you do it over and over and over again, it becomes a habit and you're comfortable and you can do it. But then there's still going to be another new thing in the business and you're going to want that community no matter what, if you're up leveling. And that's what we're here for. That's what I love about it, and that's why I did create the Facebook group back in the day and I did my first post on there. And I'm like, does anyone care about this Facebook group now we have almost 5,000 members, but people did care and they did want answers and they did want help. And the same thing with the business. It's like, yeah, it's overwhelming. But once you see that one person can do it, you're like, hey, if this person can do it, I can do it too. But it is nice to have someone walk alongside you. So yeah, literally reach out to me on DM on Obsessed with Essentials. Whenever you need me, I'm here to help. So is Nancy. She can give you my cell phone number too. So yeah, we're both here to help you in all ways for the business. And hopefully once everything's over and done with the craziness, I'll get to meet you guys in person too.
Thank you so much. And if you guys don't mind, I'll be giving Melody all of your cell phone numbers so that she can add you to that text thread of all of her leaders, because we meet every Monday night at 8 p.m. for that Zoom meeting. And it's like, if you can join in, great. It's always continued education. She always opens it up and is sending out, like, she said, all the great ebooks and new information. If there's a promo, Melody's on top of it. Not only can you get stuff through like OneDrop, but she creates great things for our team. And so that, like with the BOGO box, I loved how Melody did a whole ebook on how to use your BOGO oils. And then we were able to give that to our customers. So I'll add you guys to that list.
Yeah, and don't feel like you have to answer me back every time I text you. It's a group text, so it individually texts you. You won't get everyone's text, but don't feel like you have to leave, thank you for the text. Like, I'm sending out. But if you have any questions, you can text me on that number whenever you need me. And if you can't make the Monday night calls, we always record it. And then I send a follow-up text within the next couple of days with the recording that you can watch too. So there's that option. But yeah. It was so great meeting you guys online. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nancy, I have a question.
Oh, okay, yeah.